important that in the beginning you find yourself the correct goal. Okay, otherwise you're wasting your energy. Okay, motivation is an energy. Don't waste it in the wrong direction. Waste, or rather spend it fruitfully in a proper direction towards a proper goal. Right. So what is self motivation made of? The biggest thing in self motivation is the mindset. You will find many people, okay, who will tell you that it's all in the mind. Okay, your success is in the mind. Everything that happens to you is happens because of your thoughts, because of your mind, because of your mind control, and so on, and these things. And this is very true. This is very true. And I can tell you this after more than 20 years of work experience, or you can ask your professors, you can ask your elders, and they will vouch for it, that your mindset determines a lot. Self motivation is basically all about fixing your mindset. Okay. So, mindset consists of self esteem, that is to say, how much you value yourself, what is your own image in front of your own eyes, your locus of control, okay, how much you can control or how much you believe that you can control, and the incentives. Incentives are basically, incentives act as a very big motivating factor, right? That whenever somebody offers you some reward for doing a work, or whenever somebody offers you some kind of an incentive that if you do this, you will get this, right? So in this case, when we talk about self motivation, these are the incentives that you give to yourself. Okay. Then of course there is self reliance. Okay. Rely on yourself and self talk. Okay. Now self reliance is very, very important, and I would like to tell you here for 2 minutes that if you understand that when we are growing up, our society and our environment puts a lot of restrictions on us, right? We are told a lot of things that become our limiting beliefs. We are told, when we are very small, our elders, they tell us for our safety, don't do this, don't do that. As we grow up, people keep telling us, if I have a dream or if I want to do something, people tell us, why, don't do that, you have to first study, you have to first do this, oh, you can't do this, oh, you want to compete with that person is better than you, what makes you think you can do that? Okay. All these things, they become our limiting beliefs, and slowly they start, they become a part of our mindset. We start believing in these things, and they become our self talk. If you think about it carefully, we all have limiting beliefs. Okay. We all think that I cannot do this particular thing or I cannot do that particular thing. If you go to the root cause of that belief, you will understand that this limiting beliefs have been set into you by your environment, by somebody around you. Okay. Self motivation is all about challenging that limiting belief, challenging that limiting talk, and flipping it, getting rid of it. Okay. All right. So first, you have to know yourself and you have to set the right goals. Okay. So know yourself. Now, in this particular context, now knowing yourself or self-awareness in itself is a very big topic. We can talk about it for days on end. Okay. But that is not the subject of our talk right now. But knowing yourself in this particular context basically means what will make you happy, what will make you satisfied, what will make you feel good, and what is it that you would like to do. Particularly in your case, since you're students and you're on the verge of your professional life, knowing yourself is basically knowing what kind of life you would like to lead and what goals would you like to achieve. Okay. And once you have known that, set the right goals for yourself. Okay. Let me again reiterate what I have said, that there is no magic trick. There is going to be no, magic wand that you wave and you're motivated. You will come across a lot of negativity, you will feel low, you will feel demotivated. It happens, it's a very natural part of things. That is where you need to keep motivating yourself. But first, know yourself, self awareness. What is it that's going to make you happy? What kind of a lifestyle do you want to lead? What professional and personal goals you want to achieve? And why do you want to achieve them? And then set the right goals. Okay. Here, let me add again, know yourself. Also know what motivates you. Also know what drives you. What is it that makes you go for a particular thing? Are you driven by money? Are you driven by a particular kind of lifestyle? Are you driven by satisfaction? Once you know this, you know how to apply your energy in the right direction and then set your goal. Okay. Right. So setting goals, as I said, setting the right goal is very, very important. Okay, it's extremely important because motivation is an energy, and if you're expending your energy towards the wrong goal, then of course you will end up feeling tired and exhausted and fatigued. So use your energy for the right direction, and the first thing is by setting the right goals for yourself. All right. Now, what are you, or what motivates you? Okay. So, are you a collaborator? That is to say, these are just a few different ways and means of, understanding your motivation. Okay. Are you a collaborator? Are you the kind of person who likes to work with others? Are you the kind of person who likes to work in a team and offer your knowledge and your expertise to a team? Are you a director? Okay, so don't go by these words. These are just indicative words. Are you a director? Are you a kind of person who likes to lead and direct others? Are you the kind of person who likes to be in a leadership role? Are you a stabilizer? Okay, are you the kind of person who's very happy working in a status quo, working in the environment that already exists? Or are you an innovator? Do you like to do new things in life? Okay, what is it that ultimately makes you, as they say, what is it that makes you get out of the bed in the morning and go towards your work? Okay, so the idea of working in a team, or the idea of leading a team, or the idea of maintaining the status quo, or is it the idea of doing something new? Or is there anything else that drives you? As I said, there can be a lot of other things that drive you. There can be the desire to earn a lot of money. There can be a desire to, you know, uh, say, roam the world. There can be a desire to be successful. There can be a desire to be a celebrity. What is it that motivates you and drives you? And set your goals accordingly. Having done that, uh, self-reliance. Self-reliance is very, very important. Do not look for validation from outside or from others. Okay. One of the reasons why we end up feeling frustrated, or we end up full of doubt, is because we always look for validation from others. Okay. Again, when we are small and when we are growing up, our elders, our, teach people around us, our teachers, our parents, our elders, okay, we look for validation from them. We look at them to say yes to us, okay, or to pat our backs, say, okay, yes, you're doing well, you're doing good, which is fine, which is, when you're small, that is okay to look for validation from others. But when you grow up and when you reach a certain stage in life where you are expected to take your own decisions and be your own person, okay, that is when you need to stop looking for validation from others or from outside, and look for validation within yourself. Okay. uh, and self-validation is more about satisfaction. Are you satisfied doing a certain thing? Are you happy doing a certain thing? If the answer is yes, go for it. Okay. The other people, you might be very much motivated and want to do a certain thing, but the other people may not understand your motivation. They will obviously try to demotivate you. They'll obviously try to tell you, don't do this, don't do that. Okay. If you keep looking for approval or validation from others, you will be disappointed. Okay. Rely on your own power. So when I say rely on your own power, believe me, every single one of you is more powerful, more talented than you believe yourself to be. Okay. If you think that this is my talent, this is what I can do, this is what I can achieve, uh, believe me, you can do at least 10 times more than that. Okay. So rely on your own power. First, know your own power, and you are more talented and more strong than what you believe. Okay. Just get rid of your limiting beliefs, right? Be proactive and think ahead. So it is you who have to achieve this goal. It is your dream, it is your passion, it is something that you want to achieve. So go ahead and believe in it and plan ahead for it. Make your own decisions. And see, uh, you cannot be asking others to make decisions for you all the time. Make your own decisions. Sometimes some decisions might be wrong. That is absolutely okay. Okay. Mistake is a part of life. You are allowed to commit mistakes. Don't feel bad or guilty about making a wrong decision sometimes. Okay. But just learn from your mistake and correct it. And of course, hold yourself accountable. But if you have known yourself, if you know what motivates you, and if you have set the right goals, then the chances of a wrong decision are very less. But start making your own decisions. Okay. And the right time for you to start doing these things is now. right now when you're students, when you're on the verge of your professional life, this is the time for you to start making your own decisions. So if you're the kind of person who relies on others for all decisions, you need to slowly stop that and get rid of it. Start making your own decisions and start holding yourself accountable. Okay? If you make a wrong decision, if you commit a mistake, admit that yes, I have committed a mistake. So what? Everybody commits a mistake. I'll learn from it. I'll not repeat it. So self-reliance is the first step in being a self-motivated person. You are reliant only on yourself. You are not relying on any outside authority or outside power to motivate you, right? So self-reliance, and of course hold yourself accountable, right? uh, Self-talk, extremely important. We all indulge in self-talk. Self-talk is basically nothing but the thoughts that we have in our mind, the kind of thoughts that we entertain in our mind about ourselves and about our environment, right? Self-talk are also the self-beliefs. Sometime back I told you about limiting beliefs, right? What are limiting beliefs? Limiting beliefs are: I can't do this, I can't do that, I am not good at this subject, I am not strong enough, I am not talented enough. Okay, this is the self talk. Now your self talk is again a part of your, it gets inculcated in you by your environment. When you're growing up, when your elders tell you that you can do this and you can't do that, notice your self talk. I don't know how many of you must have done this, but this is very interesting. Ideally, I would urge all of you to do this exercise. Okay, one fine day when you have time, when you're relatively free, just take time off. Okay, and write down what your thoughts are. Write down what kind of thoughts you have in your mind. Write down what kind of things typically you think about, right? And see how many of them are positive and negative. Okay, write down what are the predominant thoughts that you have. Write down all the predominant things that come to your mind, and see how many of them are positive and negative, and then relate that to the way your life is going, and you will be surprised at how closely the two things are connected. If your self talk is predominantly negative, your life will be going in a negative way, and vice versa. So self talk is very important. Okay, keep asking yourself what exactly it is that you tell yourself. Okay, your self talk is the talk that you have with yourself. Okay, I told you in the beginning that our limiting beliefs come to us through the environment. Our elders tell us, our teachers tell us, our parents tell us, and then it becomes a part of our own thinking, and then it becomes self talk. Okay, and then we start telling ourselves, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. So, what's your self talk? Okay, your self talk programs your brain. Believe me, every time you learn something new, or every time you entertain a new kind of thought, the structure of your brain physically changes. Okay, a new pathway is created in your brain. That is your self talk. That is the power of your self talk. Okay, so if you have a habit of being negative about yourself, if you have a habit of not believing in yourself, that is your negative self talk. Okay, so you need to watch your self talk, monitor your self talk. If you haven't done this exercise till now, I would suggest you do it today itself. Okay, or at the earliest possible opportunity, please do this. Monitor your self talk. Write down what are your predominant beliefs, what are the predominant things that come to your mind, and how they affect you. And believe me, you will be surprised at the way your self talk really affects your thinking. Okay. 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 Yeah.
Just a minute, Nitin sir. Nikhil, will you
Hello.
please mute yourself? Nikhil More, thank you so much, Nikhil. Sir, over to you.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay. Fine. Right. Thank you, ma'am. So I was talking about self. Just a minute. I think. Okay. Let me. Uh, yeah. There we go. So I was talking about self-talk, right? So monitor your self-talk very, very closely, right? Monitor what you talk to yourself. Monitor what you tell yourself. Okay. That is extremely important that you monitor your self-talk, right? So self-talk affect your self-motivation, that affects your performance, and that again affects your self-talk. This is like a loop, a never-ending loop. If you talk negatively about yourself, if you talk negatively to yourself, and if you are full of self-doubt, that is definitely going to achieve your self-motivation. You will not be motivated, because if you tell yourself that you are not good enough at certain thing, it will affect your motivation to do that thing. And your self-motivation, if you're not motivated enough, it will affect your performance. And then when you perform badly, again, that is going to result in negative self-talk. And then this loop keeps repeating itself, right? So you need to break it, and you need to break it at the self-talk. Okay, the one thing that you have the most in your control is your self-talk. That is with you all the time. So you need to control it and control it there. Let me before I go ahead, let me share again a small story with you. Okay, uh, a story about how a self-talk, or how a person who has positive self-talk can motivate oneself. Okay, so in the year 1989, the Indian cricket team had gone to Pakistan, okay, to play a test match, a test tournament. And in one of the tournaments, and in one of the matches rather, that was happening in Karachi, it was the fifth day, and the Indian team, the Indian batting lineup was not performing very well. Okay, the players were getting out regularly, right? And that is when a young 16-year-old boy came out to bat. Now, no marks for guessing who this boy was. So this boy came out to bat, and everybody saw, "Arey, this is just a 16-year-old boy. ये क्या कर लेगा? बच्चा है." And Waqar Yunus was one of the leading Pakistani bowlers. So he threw a ball which hit this boy on his nose at a speed of 150 kilometers per hour. He was injured, he was bleeding, and the physiotherapist and the doctor, everyone rushed onto the ground, and they told this boy that, okay, you're retired hurt, you can go and sit in the pavilion and come out when you feel better. This young boy said just two words. He said, "Main khelunga." Okay, that's it. And he continued to play. And the match that India was on the verge of losing, he ensured that the match was drawn. Okay. Of course, I think you all have guessed this boy was none other than Sachin Tendulkar. And the reason why, in spite of such a adverse situation, he was able to stand there, and in spite of this injury, he was able to rough it out, was because of his positive self-talk. Okay. He said, externally, he said, "Main khelunga." But that external, those two words, "Main khelunga," came out from positive self-talk, because he knew, he had faith in himself. He knew that in spite of this injury, in spite of the fact that I'm hurt and I'm bleeding, I will be able to play. He had faith in his own game. He had faith in his own self. He did not look for validation outside. He took his own decision. He decided to stay there and play on. And he played on. And that is how a hero was born. Okay. So monitor your self-talk very closely. Do a simple exercise. Okay. I'm asking you to do a lot of exercises and a lot of writing work. If you do this sincerely, it is going to help you. So do a simple exercise. I told you that monitor your self-talk, right? I told you that you need to monitor the predominant thoughts that come to your mind. Now, all those thoughts that are predominantly negative, they are the ones that are holding you back. They are your limiting beliefs. They are what stops you from achieving what you need to achieve. You need to flip the script. You need to flip this talk from negative to positive by rephrasing and rewording them. Now, let me tell you one thing. By doing this, you're not lying to yourself. You're just changing your perspective. Okay. Like, for example, if you say that I have committed a mistake, I am no good, everyone will remember my mistake, I cannot become good at it. It can be anything. Okay. But then don't be harsh on yourself. Tell yourself that everyone commits mistakes. No one is perfect. I will learn from the mistake. I will improve. Same situation, you are just looking at it from a different perspective. Your self-talk is changed, and as a result, you will be able to deal with the situation differently. So this whole thing about flipping the script or self-talk is about changing the situation, changing your perspective. Okay. Another example, if you say that I am not good at a particular subject, right? It just means that you haven't spent enough time or taken enough efforts to study it. It doesn't mean that you're not good. You will not know whether you are good or not till the time you try. And if you haven't tried, if you haven't studied, if you haven't given enough time, you will definitely not be good. So instead of telling yourself that I am not good at this subject and I cannot do it, tell yourself that, okay, as of now, I may not be good because I haven't spent enough time on this, but I will improve by spending more time. I will take help from others. This way, same situation, but you're looking at it more realistically and from a different perspective. Okay, that helps you to go ahead. In spite of that, at the end of it, if you still feel that I'm still not good at it, then you have to maybe relook whether you should be continuing with that subject or not. Okay, it is the same about the goals in your life. Okay, so that is why I said self-awareness and setting the right goal is extremely important. So flip the script, write down all the negative thoughts that you have in your mind slowly, and there is no hurry to it. You don't have to do it like a assignment or a project or a homework कि आज बैठ के करना है. Today I have to find 10 negative thoughts in my mind and flip the script. No, write one negative thought at a time, slowly think about it, and then flip the script. You are changing your self-talk. You are changing the way you look at a certain situation and how you're going to deal with it. Okay, all right. So very, very important, visualize your goals. Okay, once you have set a goal in mind, visualize your goal. Now let me tell you here, if you set a goal for yourself and if you set a really big goal for yourself, people around you are going to doubt you, people are going to try to demotivate you. This happens to almost everyone. Okay, people will tell you that you are mad, people will tell you that you are unrealistic, people might tell you that, Arey, what a goal you have set for yourself, you can't achieve it, right? Ignore all of that. It is your goal, it is your dream that you have set for yourself. You have to achieve it. Okay, as I said in the very beginning, your motivation is your own baby, it's your goal, you are interested in it, you have to achieve it, so you have to keep yourself motivated. So visualize your goal. Okay, I don't know how many of you have heard this, but there is something called the law of attraction, or there is something called, visualization, positive visualization. Now positively visualizing something is not going to make it appear, it is only going to motivate you and drive you towards it. Okay, so visualize your goal. Okay, try doing this. Okay, sit in a comfortable position, choose a specific situation, like for example, let's say it might be meeting a deadline for your project, or it might be, you know if you're into music, you would like to compose a certain musical piece, or you would like to write an article, or you would like to achieve something. Think about it. Okay, sit quietly, sit comfortably, think about it, visualize in your mind that you're achieving your goal or that you have already achieved your goal. Okay, take a snapshot, take a picture of yourself in your mind after having achieved that goal, and make that a positive image. Okay, every time you need to motivate yourself, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think about that particular snapshot or that particular image of yourself having achieved your goal. Okay, and let that be your snapshot, and decide on the steps. That's the most important part. As I said, just sitting and visualizing will not make things appear out of thin air. Once you have visualized yourself doing something, once you have visualized a certain goal, decide on the steps how you are going to achieve it. Very, very important. I have written over here meditation. Okay, again, some of you must have heard about meditation, some of you must be doing meditation. Those of you who are not doing it, start doing it, and you will see the results and you will see the benefits. Okay, meditation is not something that you do only when you get old. कि अरे meditation तो वो बुढ़े लोग करते हैं, retired लोग करते हैं, retirement के बाद you sit and do meditation. No, right now is the time that you need meditation the most. Okay, so when I say visualize your goals and meditation, it basically means meditate. There are different forms of meditation. Okay, you don't have to follow any one particular form of meditation. There are very different forms of meditation. Choose whatever that suits you. There is mindfulness meditation, there is tai chi, and there is yoga, and there are different kinds of meditations. Choose whatever suits you best. But when you meditate, what you do is you focus. It helps you to focus, it helps you to come back to the present moment, it helps you to be mindful, And in that situation, it helps you to visualize your goals. Okay. So when you visualize your goals, when you tell yourself, you tell your mind, when you tell your brain that, yes, this is my goal and this is how I'm going to achieve it. And this is how I look when I have achieved my goal. It's a very, very powerful tool for self-motivation. It's the most powerful tool that you will ever have. Okay. I told you that there are people around you who will try to demotivate you. They will give you a lot of negative inputs. They will tell you that you're not good enough. They will tell you you cannot do this or you should not do this. Your positive visualization is what will help you to counter all this negativity. Okay. There is going to be negativity around you. Your positive visualization, how much you strengthen your own positive visualization from within, that is what will help you to counter this. That's why meditation, that's why positive visualization. Believe me, meditation is a very powerful thing. Okay. There is a very nice saying, there is a very nice quote about meditation. It is, you should meditate for at least 20 minutes every day. Unless you're extremely busy, then you should meditate for 1 hour. Okay. So the more busy you think you are, the more you need meditation. Meditation is all about focusing, channelizing, bringing your attention within yourself and living in the present moment and visualizing positively. And believe me, the reason why I'm talking so much about visualization, okay, it is a very important part of your self-talk. If you have any doubt in your mind about achieving a certain goal, visualize and you will achieve it. Okay. Make a vision board, right? So anything that you want to achieve in life, okay, have nice pictures of that thing. Okay. Let's say if you want to buy a particular car, or if you want to go on a vacation to a particular place, or if you want to build a particular mansion, or if you have some kind of a goal for fitness and bodybuilding, have pictures related to your goal, stick them nicely on a board and put that in front of you in a place where you can see it easily and where you can see it every time. It will act as a very good visual trigger for you, okay, to visualize, to motivate yourself. Every time you look at that board, you will be motivated that, yes, this is what I want to achieve. So let's say if your goal is that you want to achieve 90% or more marks in your final exams, for example. Okay. So have a picture related to that, and put it on your board. Okay. Or if you say that you want to land a job in a particular company, have the logo of that company put in front of you. Or if you say that you want to start your own business and become successful, have pictures related to that. Okay. And put that vision board up in your room or wherever you stay, in a place where you can see it. Every time you see it, it becomes a visual reminder to you that, yes, this is what you're working towards, this is what you have to achieve, and this is where you have to direct your energy. Okay. As I said, let me reiterate, motivation and self-motivation is an everyday job. It's like eating your food, right? You eat food one day, that doesn't give you energy for the rest of your life. So you have to keep motivating yourself. Okay. uh, when you decide to do something, for example, when you decide to do a project or take a trip or take a vacation, initially, the moment you take the decision, you are highly motivated. You feel this surge of motivation rising within you, this adrenaline rush that happens inside you, right? And you are immediately motivated. You say, yes, I have to achieve it. In the next few hours or maybe in the next few days, you feel that motivation subsiding. That thing slowly takes a backseat and you feel, "Ki, chalo, theek hai. Maybe not now, maybe later." Okay. That is why you need to keep motivating yourself all the time, because the initial motivation, the initial rush of doing something will last for some time. But then after that, it is all push, right? It is your self push that comes from within. So have a vision board like this and spend some time every day. Spend a few minutes every day looking at your vision board. Remind yourself that this is my goal and this is why I have to achieve it. Okay. Just start. Beat inertia. Now, again, as I said, there is no magic wand or there is no magic trick to these things. There will be times when you will feel like not getting up and working towards your plan. There will be time when you feel that I really need to take my rest right now, even though you know within your heart that you need to get up and go and work. Okay, the inertia is going to be there. It's a very normal thing. It's a very human thing. The best way to do it is just start. Okay, just get up and start doing whatever work that you need to do. Okay, once you start, once you get into the flow, things happen by themselves, but you need to take that first step. You need to just start. Okay, think big, start small, which basically means that break your goal down into smaller pieces. Okay, when you're looking at a very very big goal or very very big target, it's very easy to feel overwhelmed. So to avoid that, break your goal down into smaller targets. It will be easier to motivate yourself to achieve one small target at a time. Like for example, if you are going for a trek, if you want to climb a mountain, you don't look at the mountain peak in the beginning. You say, okay, first let me just reach till that particular tree. Once you reach the tree, then you say, okay, now let me walk a few hundred meters more and reach that rock. Then you say, okay, let me walk a few hundred meters more and reach that particular turn over there. And doing this, you finally reach the top of the mountain. That is what you do. So start small basically means that break your goal down into small achievable targets and keep pushing yourself. So it is easier to motivate yourself to achieve a smaller target and the next smaller target and the next smaller target till the time you get there. Okay, but first thing is just start. That initial push you have to give yourself. Nobody will come and do it for you. You have to do it yourself, and there is no magic trick here. You have to start. Okay, make a deal with yourself, very important. Instead of promising others that you will do something, make a deal with yourself, promise yourself. Okay, because it is self motivation. Okay, the promise also has to be yourself. You have to promise yourself that no matter what happens, I will do this, I will achieve it. Okay, best, let me tell you one technique that really works. Stand in front of the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror and promise yourself that, okay, this is the task I have set for myself today and I'm going to achieve it. In the evening, once you have done the task, stand in front of the mirror again, look at yourself and tell yourself, yes, I have done this, congratulations. Okay, this really works because then you are making a promise to yourself. You can run away from others, you can hide from others, you can't run and hide from yourself, right? So make a deal with yourself and promise yourself that you will achieve it. Okay, remember, single tasking, no multitasking. Okay, multitasking has been highly overrated and a highly over glorified thing, that you should multitask and you should uh, do 10 things at a time. Believe me, there is no such thing as multitasking. There is only single tasking. Okay, because even when we think that we are multitasking, at one time we are doing only one thing. So do a single tasking, don't do multitasking. Be very clear about your focus, be very clear about what you're doing right now. So right now, if I'm doing one task, I'm doing only that task. My full and undivided attention is to that task. When you do that, you are completely focused on one task. You are really really driven to achieve that task and to fulfill it. If you keep changing your focus, 5 minutes on one task, 5 minutes on some other task, 5 more minutes on a third task, this way you will not get any task done. So there is no such thing as multitasking. There is single tasking. Have your priorities very clear, that this is the task I want to do now, this is what I want to achieve now, this is what I'm going to achieve next, and so on and so forth, and you achieve it. Okay, so there is only single tasking, there is no multitasking. Don't go for multitasking. Okay, don't make a very long list of things to do. Be realistic, choose wisely, prioritize, make a list of top 2 or 3 things that you want to achieve in that day and achieve. You will be very happy. At the end of the day, you will have achieved your tasks, you will have achieved your goal. That will keep you driving to achieve more and more tasks. Okay, the reason why I'm telling you this is because if you make a list of 10 tasks that you need to do and you're not able to do half of them, that results in negative self-talk. End of the day, you will tell yourself, "Arey yaar, I had to do these 10 things, I haven't done half things, I am not good enough, I cannot fulfill my task." And you get into a loop of negative tasking. Why? Because you did not set the right goal for yourself. Okay, say no more often. That is to say no to others more often. Make yourself a priority. There is nothing wrong in being selfish once in a while. Don't be selfish all the time. Help other people when required, but sometimes make yourself a priority. Okay, these are a few things related to managing your time. Okay, so that's also a very essential part of being able to motivate yourself and do your own work. So say no to other things more often. Okay, be realistic, know your capacity, know how many tasks you can do at one time. know where you can focus your energy and focus your energy there. And if there is any unnecessary diversion, say no more often. Okay. I gave you the example of Sachin Tendulkar. So Sachin Tendulkar in his school days, when all his friends were having holidays and partying and maybe going out for movies, this guy with a single minded focused dedication was practicing his cricket day and night. Okay. And not only Sachin Tendulkar, I mean any person who has achieved greatness in any field, okay, they will tell you this. Okay. We all know the boxer Muhammad Ali. Okay. So once Muhammad Ali was asked, how many sit-ups do you do? He said, I don't count my sit-ups till it starts hurting, until it starts paining me in my stomach, because that is what counts. Okay. Single-minded dedication. So that time he was thinking only of his fitness, only of his exercise, and only of practicing his boxing. So that is why I said no multitasking, single tasking, keep it simple, keep it easy, and achieve it. Okay, right. Overcome pitfalls. What are pitfalls? The pitfalls are procrastination, protection, and perfection. Okay, procrastination is basically the habit of delaying things, the habit of saying आज नहीं कल कल नहीं परसों. Okay, so for that, as I said, just start. You need to get up and you need to start moving. Okay, protection is when we try to rationalize and tell ourselves, okay, I cannot do this or I will not do this because, and then we come up with some excuse, some reason, why I should not do this thing or why I should not push myself. Typically, this happens, a few days after you have started yourself on a particular journey. And when the initial motivation has worn off, that is when we try to come up with such excuses and reasons to not do a certain thing. So you need to protect against that. The moment you find yourself doing that, look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, am I lying to myself? Okay. And perfection. Okay. That I will do a particular thing only after it is perfect. No, just start. Okay. Ask yourself these questions. All right. What can I start now? Okay. So once you have decided a goal for yourself, ask yourself, what and how can I start this goal right now? What is the harm if I do not do this now? So every time you're tempted to postpone a certain thing and not do a certain thing immediately, ask yourself, if I don't do this work right now, how am I going to get hurt? How is it going to harm me? Okay. What is the worst thing that can happen? That is to say, what is the worst thing that can happen if I fail? Okay. Many a times we do not do a certain thing or we are not motivated enough to do a certain thing because of the fear of failure. Ask yourself, what is the worst thing that can happen if I fail? Okay, it is not so bad. It is not the end of life. I can do this. Okay. And do I want high quality work or I want perfection? Perfection is something that no one achieves. Go for high quality work. Okay. Use your network. Okay. So this might sound like a bit of a contradiction to you that I am talking about self-reliance and then I'm asking you to use your network, but you along with one of your friends, you can help each other or motivate each other or support each other. Okay. So have an accountability buddy. So maybe you and your friend, you can be each other's accountability buddies and you can say, okay, I will remind you of your task. You will remind me of my task. So if I have decided that I'm going to complete this particular chapter today, you should ask me at the end of the day, have you completed it? And I will do the same thing for you. Okay. Have a brainstorming buddy. Have a buddy or a friend, who is a subject matter expert who can share the expertise with you, brainstorm with you, think with you. And of course, a subject matter expert, it can be your teacher, your mentor, your senior, who will help you and guide you. Okay. Because having knowledge of a particular subject, having some expert guiding you also motivates you. So use your network. Okay. Have a pact with your friend, a very good friend, that we will be each other's accountability buddies. I will ask you and you will ask me, have you completed the task or not? Right? This really helps. Okay. Expect failures in life. As I said, failures are a part and parcel of life. The moment you meet the first failure, don't have to get completely put off by that. Expect that you will fail once, twice, 10 times, 100 times. You will fail. Uh, Take it in your stride. Do not expect that the moment I start doing something, I'm going to meet success. Expect to fail. Know that you're going to fail in spite of the best of your effort. A failure, when it comes, just take it in your stride, learn from it. What could I have done better? And then move on. Okay. And believe, most important thing is believe that you can improve. Okay. Again, when you meet a failure, people around you will tell you, see, I told you don't do this. क्यों किया, मैंने तो बताया था, नहीं करना था, see now you have failed, what will you do, you have wasted your time. Ignore all of that and believe that you can improve, and maybe consult a mentor for advice. Okay, so there will be failures, and there's nothing wrong in failing. It's not a sin or a crime to fail. You know, it's a part and parcel of being a human being. But the idea is how you deal with these failures, right? Okay, be your own champion. So you know, end of the day, the only person who's going to believe in you is going to be yourself. Your family may or may not believe in you. Your partner, your boyfriend or girlfriend may or may not believe in you. Your spouse may or may not believe in you. Your friends may or may not believe in you. You have to believe in yourself and be your own champion. Okay, it is something that you have to do. Okay, if you want to be fit, you have to exercise. You cannot ask somebody else to exercise for you and become fit. If you want knowledge, you have to study. You cannot ask somebody else to study and gain knowledge. In the same way, you have to be your own champion. Okay, it's a very good thing to take motivation from others, but ultimately, you have to be your own champion. So, to sum it up, your motivation is your own lookout. You need to be motivated. Others don't need your motivation. Know yourself, set the right goal, and go for it. Motivate yourself every day. First thing in the morning, get up in the morning, motivate yourself. I spoke about vision boarding, I spoke about meditation. Do it first thing in the day. And then you see the quality of your day starts to improve. And expect failures, take them in your stride, and keep working through them.